And hello, everyone. Welcome back to the 20-Sided Podcast. My name is Brian Flaherty, and I am your Dungeon Master. Here with me are your three favorite players. Say hi, everybody.
Hello.
Hey.
What's up? We got Blythe.
Hi, that's me. I'm Blythe.
We got Jenny.
Hoi hoi.
Whose last name I think I've pronounced differently every week.
That is very fair.
And Kevin.
Hi.
I didn't use last names all because I didn't want to say Jenny's last name incorrectly
say it now.
again.
Say it now.
Gustafson?
Yeah, perfect.
Ooh,
wait, really?
Yes.
Yeah, actually, we don't need to go into the Swedish origins and how it's meant to be pronounced.
I've said Gustafson
God.
at least half of the time.
I think that's how it's supposed to be,
sure.
anyways.
I've been saying it that way since like 2015.
You guys don't make us about me.
All right, for our audience, you guys now know. We still don't know how to actually pronounce her name, but now you will also be aware of my predicament. Awesome. You guys ready to get going?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Last time on the R.M.S. Titanfall. With the R.M.S. Titanfall fully capsized, you all took stock of the perilous situation as the long-dead Kraken continued to wind its massive, half-formed tentacles around the ship, squeezing it until you heard the metal itself begin to rend and creak. Meadhbh realized the connection between the music the band was playing and the appearance of the Kraken and began to play the tune over her shawm, which it turns out is a woodwind instrument, which calmed the Kraken but also appeared to help it further reconstitute in the water. Karis scanned the chaos for the twin queens and found both of them, as well as Warwick Blitz, were conscious but in bad shape. Nearby, Sir Tiffany Fex, however, was crumpled and unconscious on the ground. Cleave, feeling guilty about his aggressive interaction with a janitor outside of the Queen's bedchambers earlier, ran off into the boat to rescue him and apologize. On the way, he spotted Cassandra Divorcée, the owner of the boat, unharmed but looking for help, offering a pretty penny if Cleave would help her retrieve some items from her safe. Seeing the glint of gold in his eyes, Cleave moved to help, but was unable to break into the room alone, recruiting Karis, who used her mage hand, to open the safe of the flooded suite and retrieve a lockbox which seemed to be filled with documents. As Captain Beezus and the Queens attempted to corral the terrified passengers, the Kraken's grip finally shattered the windows of the Phoebe Promenade, and water began to pour in. As Maeve's voice rang out, it calmed the crowd as she broke the ship's interior dolphin tanks, freeing the captive porpoises and using them to rescue the passengers who had been swept out to sea, and also used them as scouts to report back on the condition and possible weaknesses of the mighty Kraken. As Meadhbh made her way quickly out of the flooding room, she saw the unconscious body of Tiffany Fex floating nearby and decided to turn back to rescue her. As you all raced to a bulkhead to outrun the climbing water, Meadhbh tore off pieces of Tiffany's heavy armor to lighten the load, accidentally revealing a familiar mark, snaking its way up Tiffany Fex's right arm, the tentacle tattoo of the drowned. We open in the immediate aftermath of these incidents. You see the massive bulkhead door slam shut behind you on what was the first-class deck. You hear bits of screaming of passengers who did not make it past as the water behind this bulkhead begins to rise and rise. Karis, you were the only one who noticed this as Cleave and Meadhbh were carrying the body of Tiffany Fex, quickly doffing her armor, taking it off. You noticed the right arm and the tentacle tattoo snaking its way down to her hand. Karis, in this moment, you were the first one to notice. What do you do?
One piece of information. Is Sir Tiffany Fex conscious at the moment?
Sir Tiffany Fex is unconscious.
Is unconscious.
You rolled a 3 for Sir Tiffany
Yeah.
Fex. Sir Tiffany Fex is very much injured and is unconscious. In a gameplay sense, she is at 0 hit points, but is stable currently.
Oh my god. I'm freaking out. So right now we're just trying to get away from the water that's closing in at this point. We're on the Phoebe Promenade, yeah.
As you guys have gotten behind this bulkhead, you've made it like a couple floors deeper into the ship. So where you were at the Phoebe Promenade, which was like the 10th floor, this is the top floor, you are now probably around the 8th floor, which is the first class deck. You were able to seal off the bulkhead, essentially sealing off all the floors which are now below you, the higher floors, but you still have access getting higher up in the boat towards the lower floors.
Is there any feasible way to heal Certiphany effects at this point?
Yeah, you can. If you want to, you can make a medicine check to try to like bring her back to consciousness.
Yeah.
Or you can, if you have any kind of healing spells, you can use those. Otherwise, it's just a like time element.
I don't believe I have any healing spells.
If you want to make a medicine check, are you proficient in the medicine skill? Do you have that like circle filled in?
No.
Okay. If you want to, I'll say you can make a DC 15 medicine check. This is a little outside the rules, but I'll let you try it.
I mean, I have my own. This is distracting me from what I thought the last time we were here, which is that Meadhbh has the song that can quiet the beast for a moment. And I know we have Certiphany effects. I don't know if there is a way. And I hope I'm not thinking about this too hard, but I want everyone to start singing this song or humming it or something, because I feel like if we don't at least pause that action, I don't know what good we're going to be with this like newly found traitor.
You tell me.
But again,
what
I'm
do you
just
want to
talking
do?
this out. Oh, God. Are there rooms around me? Are we on a floor with like...
There are. You're in like the first class floor, so there are a number of suites and things. Most of the doors are closed, possibly locked. You can certainly go and look around. This is also the floor with the first class library.
With the first class library. Okay. I'd love to get us all into the first class library. Is it open?
Yeah, you begin to like corral people down the hall. There is a mass of people with you. There are like the two queens. Captain Beezus is with you. Warwick, you guys are dragging along Certiphany effects. And there are probably 30 or 40 passengers who are with you that have like made it through this bit. A lot of people have like continued running forward. What was like probably 1,000, maybe like 800 to 1,000 people who were crammed in the Phoebe Promenade. A lot of them made it through the bulkhead, maybe like 3/4 of them. A lot of people have continued like just running forward kind of in a bit of a panic. But there is like a small group that is staying with you guys. You begin to direct people into the main first class library. And you see that because the ship has capsized, books have flown everywhere. Shelves are completely toppled over. There is just piles of paper and leather and hardbound things scattered all around this area. Karis, can you go ahead and roll a d20 for me? In this chaos, you see a massive pile of books and shelves, and behind it there is one small, blonde-haired man in his early 20s attempting to right a shelf so that he can restock the books. You see Ansel drastically attempting to like push up one of these heavy oak shelves, and you see him, and one of the shelves rights itself, and he begins to sort what you immediately recognize are just reference books.
This is Ansel, who we made so uncomfortable before.
You did. One of you offered him a kiss. One of you offered him your number. I forget who it was. He looks at you. Oh, hello. Are you guys all right?
Can I roll an intimidation check?
No.
What do you want to? What are you trying to do?
Well, what I'm trying to do is get him and subsequently the rest of the crowd to focus on one thing.
Yeah, go ahead and roll an intimidation check.
Okay. Oh, fart. 5.
What do you attempt to say, and how do you fail to say it?
In my head, what I want to say is to get everyone to listen and be on the same page and focus up because we're all working towards the same goal. But instead, when I open my mouth.
Oh, there it is.
That's a good start. It's a good start.
It's a good start. When I open my mouth, I say, "Yee howdy!" Apropos of nothing. Complete nerves and lack of understanding of how to persuade this big a group of people.
You step up like onto one of the mounds of books and you present, like, you puff out your chest. You begin to look really intimidating. You've got like your knives exposed like at your sides and immediately give out the yee howdy. And all of the like dramatic tension you had built immediately deflates in the room. And everyone continues to look around the room and like try to figure out what exactly they should be doing next. Karis, do you tell Cleave and Meadhbh what you have noticed? Because you guys both rolled perception checks, but you did not notice this yet.
I was so caught in the shuffle, I did not realize that my two best friends forever don't know what I know. And that makes me rude. So I would like to share this information with them. Hey. I'm trying to get their attention, but like a little too quietly. Hey guys. Hey. Get over here. Huddle up. Okay, so Sir Tiffany Fax. I know, the name on everyone's mind, am I right?
Oh my god, it was hell getting her out of there.
Dude, you don't know what hell is, because let me drop this tasty, juicy little tidbit on you. Sir Tiffany Fax is a drowned. Got the tattoo and everything. I think we found our A1 main traitor.
Maeve, you look over and you're literally holding in your hand like the glaive that was on her arm. You look over and see the tentacle tattoo snaking down, ending on like the top of her right hand.
How did I miss that?
I know!
God damn it.
You're telling me. And Cleave is like going through his notebook and I'm like, yeah, I did not call that one.
I want to wake her up just so I can knock her out again. Can I wake her up, please? Can I try to heal her?
You can definitely do a healing spell if you want.
Okay, guys, I recently became able to heal people because I complained about not being able to do it so much that I figured out how I could. So before
we did a little spell swap because it seemed like she really wanted to be able to heal people. So let's just let her do that.
So before I heal this frickin' octopus bitch, I want to check with you guys that it's okay, because you're gonna have to help me deal with it when she wake you up.
Absolutely, I'm with you 100%.
Cleave and Twain,
I've got your back. And Cleave has his gun out.
Okay. Cleave, please stop pointing your gun at my back. Water just pours out of Cleave's gun.
Maeve, can you please make a wisdom check for me?
Okay, this is a D20, right?
Mm-hmm. D20, just add your straight wisdom modifier.
Okay. Oh, okay. 15.
You can definitely heal Sir Tiffany Fex. Your healing spell, it won't bring her up like a lot of hit points, which is probably good for you. She'll still be very weak.
Mm-hmm.
If you do heal her, she will come to consciousness. If she comes to consciousness knowing that she's been exposed, you likely lose any advantage you might have over her.
Oh, we got to put our glove back on? Is that what you're saying?
I'd say with that wisdom check, you know that if you revive her and she sees that her glove is off, especially knowing what you guys know about the drowned, she will know that she has been exposed.
Oh, that's so smart. I'm so glad that I rolled a 15. Okay, so we put her glove back on, and it's really hard, and we keep on putting 2 fingers into the middle finger of the glove.
Oh my god, it's like putting a mitten on a toddler.
You know what? I wasn't going to make you roll for this, but go ahead and roll a sleight of hand check to see if you can get her hand properly into the glaive. I'll say DC 10.
Oh, great. I got a 14.
Okay, yeah. It does take some doing. You're kind of like jamming. She's definitely going to have like a jammed finger, but with all her other injuries, she probably won't notice it. And you finally get her hand in there.
Okay, hell yeah. All right, now I roll my little bitty Healy spell.
I think you're doing
Right.
healing word. Are you doing it first level or second level?
What level do I need to do it so that I can ask her some stealthy questions?
First level will be fine. She'll just get 1d4 plus I think 3 health.
Okay, great.
So she'll
Yeah.
still be very
Okay,
weak.
here we go. Oh, I got a 3. So then plus 3, so 6.
So 6. You cast your healing word. What does Maeve's healing word look like? Like what do you say to cast this magic?
I say, I'm gonna kiss your boo boo.
Do you actually like lips to wound, or do you just go from a distance?
Air kisses, yeah.
You're just blowing air kisses.
Yeah, it's more for the person's aura and vibe, you know?
As you do, Cleave, you see just like little, almost like wisps of air kind of like go from Maeve's mouth and just kind of and kind of just land on the different bruises. And you see the bruises just a little bit where they were like a deep purple kind of turn to this just like lighter shade of like mauve or something. Mauve is purple, right? Yeah, okay.
It's a type.
It's a type of purple. I don't know if it's deeper purple, but it's a purple. They changed to mauve, and you know that's better. And you see Sir Tiffany Feck's eyes kind of flicker. Oh, what happened?
We should have maybe thought about what we're gonna say before we woke her up.
As you see Sir Tiffany Feck stirring and kind of like getting up, she kind of like gets up to like a sitting position. You see Annabelle Tor run over and like plant a big hug around Tiffany Feck's. Oh, are you all right? Oh my God. You saved me. That's what you literally put your body under me and literally cushioned my fall. Tiffany Feck's kind of like, oh, good. Thank you. Oh, a lot. You see her kind of like moving her hands around her own body, like trying to take stock of what is broken. You see her hands begin to glow themselves as she casts her own healing spell on herself.
Oh shit!
Oh,
she
shit.
can do that.
Oh
She can.
my.
How?
I did not notice that.
Oh god.
She's going to cast a second level Cure Wounds.
Oh, that's going to be a lot of
Wow, that's a 1 and a 2. She rolled 2 d8s. So that's 7 more points of healing. So she's at 13.
We should have told her queen about her stupid little tattoo before we woke her up.
You see her like begin to heal herself a bit. So some of the cuts on her arms kind of like begin to heal up. They're still bleeding, but they're kind of sutured a bit. She gets up and kind of looks at you guys and goes, "Thank you kindly. Still got my bell rung a bit, but I feel all right. Did everyone get out okay? What happened?"
Cleave jumps in and goes, most people got out okay. Although we did notice one person with one of those drowned tattoos, so we made sure they didn't escape.
Nice.
Go ahead
Fuck
and roll
yes.
a deception check. I'm gonna roll an insight check for her, but I am gonna give her disadvantage because she literally just came back from consciousness.
I will say this is also my best skill. I've got a +7 in this.
Yeah, let's see what you got to beat.
I got a nat fucking 20.
Nice. Yes.
Baby. Fucking awesome. With a natural 20, Cleave, tell me what you see when you tell her this lie. What do you see in her eyes?
I see pretty much like a stoic stare, except for just one split second. I see the eyes glance around for an exit and then meet my eyes again.
She looks at you and you see this small bead of sweat that wasn't there just kind of fall down her face as she, I'd say to Karis and Meadhbh even, looks hardened and true, not giving up anything. But Cleave, you just catch this small moment of flicker in her eyes that you know all too well when you've cornered a criminal, how they begin to like look around the room trying to find an exit. For the best, I suppose. Do you think they've had something to do with the flipping of the boat? You think they were able to do that?
Do I think that the people with the squid tattoos summoned the giant squid?
She looks around and she goes, The squid was brought back? It happened.
What do you mean
actually
brought
saw it?
back?
Sorry, what'd you say?
What do you mean brought back?
Yeah, we thought this was just some big old squid.
Yeah.
With a nat 20, with a nat 20, she kind of like stutters for a second, goes, that was what they told us when they were talking their nonsense. They were saying they were trying to bring something back. I just assumed it was nonsense. I didn't think it was going to be a real thing. You catch her again, a second bead of sweat kind of drips down as she's trying to backpedal on this. You see Cleave, I say with your nat 20, you notice this as well. She glances her eyes over at Sir Warwick Blitz, who is taking care of Camille McQuick, Camille McQuick got out of this pretty unscathed and is like trying to help people as best she can. You realize in that moment that the lie that she is spinning right now, that the Drowned had told her, could only be refuted by Warwick Blitz, who was also in the room when they questioned them.
Oh, damn.
Yeah, you're going to get a lot for that nat 20.
Hell yeah. PI.
You guys see Sir Warwick Blitz moving around. Can one roll me a perception check, please?
You said everyone?
Yes, please.
There are so many dice, and they all kind of look the same.
18.
Yeah, you're not wrong. 18? Awesome.
Mm-hmm.
This one's a bad one. I got a 5.
I got a
5, cool.
10.
Cleave, you are focused in hard on Sir Tiffany Fex. Maeve, you're also kind of the same. You're kind of like watching her begin to sweat. I think with that like journalistic instinct, you know when someone's like on the ropes and it's kind of starting to give up a little bit more than they maybe want to. And you're both your minds are working to solve this problem. Karis, you look around the room and kind of like being of the criminal sect, you have this like almost natural instinct to like every few minutes just start to scan around to make sure you're not focusing on one thing too particular. And as you scan the room, you see Captain Beezus over at the side wall. He has like positioned a ladder so that he can climb up the wall to what appears to be like a panel that would have been when the boat was right side up at like eye level and now is like way up the fucking wall because the boat's upside down. And you see him like kind of like pounding on different buttons, maybe like 10, 15 feet in the air. He looks upset.
Upset?
But you're not quite sure why. Like he looks like he's beginning to like having a bit more panic than he even had.
Lighten up, Beezus. You're on a sea cruise.
Yeah, how far away are we from him right now?
Not far. He's like across the room. So maybe like 30 feet away.
Can I walk over to him?
Yeah, you leave.
Because I talked to him earlier, didn't I?
Yeah,
He was one
literally.
of the first people I came up.
Yeah, you had picked him up by his shirt collar and like shook him as you found out that he was basically like a show captain. He didn't really have any real command of the ship.
Right.
He was just there to like glad hand people. There is like
Yeah.
a real crew and captain who'd actually drive the boat. You walk your way over to him and you see him like kind of like tilting his head upside down to try to like read whatever this panel is upside down. Okay. And he presses a few buttons and then slams his fist on the wall in anger, and you see like a bit of fear in his eyes as well.
Okay. So Karis walks up and I'm gonna try to put on a little bit of charm. So I kind of I hold onto the ladder, I jiggle it a little bit so he looks down at me. I say, "Hey buddy, I don't feel great about how we left things earlier. So I saw you struggling over here. I thought, this is a guy that needs a pal. So I'm gonna come over and I'm gonna be a pal for once. Now, I mean, what's going on up here? If you need any help, I mean, surely I can hold the ladder, but I can get up there and help you too."
I was going to make you roll a persuasion check with disadvantage. That was great. So I'm going to have it just be a flat check. So just go ahead and roll a persuasion check. I'll say DC 12.
Persuasion?
Mm-hmm. 9. He looks down at you, and as you like shake the ladder, he kind of goes, ah! Looks down. And keep in mind, he is like a gnomish man, so he is very, like 10 feet high for him is extra scary.
Yeah.
He looks down and goes, don't worry yourself about it. It's fine. Everything's fine.
I mean, pal to pal, my dear. Doesn't seem like everything's fine right now. I don't know if you saw what was going on outside.
everything's gonna be fine. He kind of like gestures out to the room and speaks a little bit louder. Everything's fine. Everyone stay calm. All proper safety procedures are happening on schedule, and nothing is going out of place in this emergency scenario.
I mean, I may I keep speaking to him? Because I have something to get off
absolutely.
my chest.
What do you want to say?
Listen, as much as I am all for keeping everyone calm and collected and, on mission right now, but an hour ago, you were telling me that you know nothing. You're a ceremonial figure. You're ornamental. And now you're saying you have everything under control? So what's the truth? What are you in control of?
You see him, he grabs onto the ladder and does he just fully grabs on the sides and slides down it. So he lands directly at you. He's a little bit shorter than you. So he does this power move of a slide and then is still looking up at you. He looks at you and goes,
listen, there's only so many things I can do, okay? And one of them is keep the people calm while we enact all of our safety procedures, okay? And those are going perfectly according to plan. There's nothing wrong. Everything's fine.
Oh my god, man, I am so... Okay, come here. And I...
You take him into a big hug. Go ahead and roll me an insight check. I'll say with advantage.
Okay, so it's 13.
As he says all safety procedures are happening, everything's fine, you immediately know that is too specific a wording to be accurate. Something up on the control panel on the wall is telling him something is not working or something is wrong.
Okay. Oh my god, dude, I'm so sorry. I'm a bully.
It's
I'm
okay.
a real life online bully.
I'm just so tired. Do you know how good I thought I had? Do you know the union rate for this kind of acting gig? It's fantastic. I thought I was just going to be sipping wine, sipping champagne, eating caviar all the time. I didn't think I would have...
I'm sorry. Okay, breathe. Out. Okay, we're good. Are we good?
No, we're not good.
And that's okay, that's valid.
No, we're not good. I'm obviously not good, but we're also not good because the automatic SOS system has not activated. So not only are we upside down, we're also upside down and no one knows that we're upside down. So even if we get to the top of the boat and find safety, we're a couple 100 miles in the middle of the liminal sea.
So we're not good.
We're very much not good.
Gotcha. All right. Let's see what
He
Meadhbh's
passes
up
out. He fully passes out from hyperventilation.
Shit.
Meadhbh and Cleave, as Karis goes over and speaks with Beezus, what are you guys talking about to Sir Tiffany Fex?
I kind of feel like we want to Cleave sidebar. I feel like, is there any worth in trying to separate her from her queen so we can kind of see if the queen is in on this or take her temperature? I don't know. I feel like we want to let her know or see if she doesn't know that the Tiffany Fex is a Kraken lady. I don't know. I just feel like
I think that's a good idea.
yeah, okay, cool. So do you want to take the queen or do you want to take Sir Tiffany Fex?
I'll take the queen, and as Cleave, I go, I'll take the queen. I want to see how deep this squid hole goes. Immediately sounded grosser than I meant it to.
Wow.
Immediately sounded grosser.
No.
Yeah, does everyone in the room kind of hear that too? They start looking over.
Yeah, you see panic for a brief moment dissipates and just turns to And
And
then
Cleave
Panic
is
returns.
very used to that.
You see Ansel pulls out a small book and hands it to Cleave and goes, "Oh, so that's what you're into. Here you go."
Ansel, you fucking freak.
This is the first class library. You didn't think we were going to have a bit of weird stuff here? Rich people do it weird.
Oh my god, I love this guy. Ansel, come with us.
You see sticking out of his pocket is still your room number that he still has folded in the piece of paper.
Oh my god, he kept it. He's got a crush.
Cleave, you walk over to Sir Tiffany Fex and Annabelle Tor. What do you say?
Let's see here. You're gonna have to come up with something really clever that doesn't let Fex know that I'm onto her, but also takes the temperature of Annabelle Tor. So, I gotta make sure that I do this with a lot of discretion and a lot of subtlety. And so Cleave is probably gonna say something along the lines of, "So Annabelle, pretty crazy to see this squid here, or isn't it?"
She looks at you, and you see Annabelle is still like also very hurt. She was like just above unconsciousness herself.
Oh, right.
She looks at you and kind of like gives you this kind of side-eyed look. Goes, "What are you talking about? Yeah, the legendary Kraken champion of fat. Yes, it was a surprise to see that on the maiden voyage of the R.M.S. Titanfall. That is a strange thing to happen."
Can I roll a perception check?
You can go and roll an insight check. I'll say you can roll with advantage. Because she is so emotional in this moment, she's really telegraphing her feelings.
Okay, well, that is I've never had this happen before. I have a -1 for insight. So I guess it's a dirty 1?
Did you roll with advantage?
I did. My first roll, I shit you not, was a natural 1. And my second roll was just a dirty 1.
Wow.
Truly insane. You look at Annabelle Tor. You see, you've been in a lot of interrogation rooms. You've like questioned like perps or criminals over in like darkened bars and stuff. You see her begin to like exclaim wildly, being way too specific about things. This woman knew some shit was happening.
Oh my god. Well, Cleave's gotta act on that. Gotta act on that intel.
31, you feel pretty confident she knew something. You don't
God
know
damn
what she knew, but she definitely knows something. Something bad.
Yeah, real bad when the squid comes a-calling. You look like you got pretty hurt there. Maybe I could, help you out. Let me see your wrists.
Go ahead and roll a persuasion check with disadvantage.
Yep, that's fair. A 9.
You like reach out to almost like grab her wrist. She pulls them back and goes, "What the hell do you think you're doing? Get your hands off me. I am Queen Annabelle Tor. I don't usually like throw that around, but there's a certain amount of decorum that you have when addressing a queen, regardless of the situation. Okay? So whoever the hell you are, why don't you just back the fuck up, okay?"
She said the F
Cleave
word.
in this moment is like, yeah, admittedly, I should not have tried to grab your wrist. That was inappropriate of me.
I'll say, go ahead and roll a perception check. As she's like flailing around, you can try to get a look at her arms.
Motherfucker. 3.
She flails around. She's wearing these like long, flappy sleeves that are very fashionable and very badass. She keeps flowing around, and you're like losing her hands in these things. You have no idea, but you just keep looking at them, thinking this garment is wildly non-functional in an emergency situation.
In fact, it
this is probably why she got so hurt.
squid-like.
You know who might have seen her wrists is Ansel, because he's got a fucking wrist fetish.
He sidles over to you and goes, "I don't have a wrist fetish. I'm just very versed in obscure pornography for our clientele." You can find out what I'm into if you'd like. And he just walks away.
We
Oh my God,
must.
I'm so getting fucked on this campaign.
Please. Get ready.
Cleave, you are like trying and flailing to move Annabelle Tor away. Maeve, what do you say to? Are you trying to like assist and try to like get in there with Tiffany Fex to move her away?
Yeah, I'm trying to. Okay, wait. Yeah, so are they already not standing next to one another? Am I trying to separate them further, or are they pretty close to one another right now?
As Cleave kind of came over and as Annabelle Tor raised her voice, Sir Tiffany Fex moved over and just kind of like kept her eyes on Cleave, seeing her ward begin to like grow angry.
Okay, I'm gonna be like, Tiffany, can I speak to you in private? I have a theory about what's going on, and I think that there are people in this room that we can't trust.
Go ahead and roll me a deception check.
Okay. A 9.
As you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to go ahead and roll her an insight check.
Okay.
She's still pretty dinged up. I'm going to have her roll with disadvantage. I'm going to say DC 15 that she begins to suspect that you guys know.
Okay, damn.
Her insight is +7. So she needs to roll an 8 or higher on the lower of these two die. She rolled an 8 and a 4.
Oh my God, thank God.
She looks at you, kind of like squints her eyes and goes, I'm sorry, I can't focus on that right now. I've got to, this guy's fucking with Annabelle Tor. I gotta, excuse me. And she kind of goes and begins to move Cleave out of the way.
Oh my God.
Maeve, you look over, however, and you see Camille McQuick and Sir Warwick Blitz very quickly, like, bringing people around and like, trying to, like, move people together, make sure everyone's, like, okay, checking out the wounded. And Camille McQuick begins to walk over and quickly embraces Annabelle Tor, gives, like, a big hug, looks at her wounds, kind of looks at her and goes, Are you doing okay? Yeah, I'm fine. I'm fine. I'm okay. I'm okay.
I think her wrist looked like it got hurt pretty badly, but I'm not sure which one.
Shut the fuck up! Get away! What are you?
Maybe look at both.
Excuse me. I realize this is an emergency situation, but you're gonna have to step back. You're gonna have to step off. Okay, sir. Okay. I know. We like hired you to do a job, but like the boundaries. Okay.
Okay, at this point, I'm kind of like, what is there, to lose from everyone knowing that this woman got a Kraken tattoo-y? Like, I kind of want to, like, heat her fucking glove and make her, like, rip her glove off so everyone can see it or something, you know?
But what if we're, like, outnumbered and we don't know it?
Oh, like, everyone's a Kraken?
Well, don't we think the other queen might be?
Yeah.
Maybe? I don't know. But you're
Also,
right. Like, what do we have to lose, I guess?
Yeah.
Wait a minute. Table talk for a second. Did the three of us as a team get hired by the queens to do something?
Oh, yeah, didn't we?
hired by again?
Yeah.
By Warwick and Sir Tiffany to look into what's going on with the drowned, why they're trying to like do this
Gotcha.
boat thing.
Sorry.
Okay.
Okay.
They were specifically hiring you to find out like why the boat was riding higher in the water, like what was happening there.
For a split second, I thought that was the person that came to me in my office, and it was revealed, and I was like, oh my God. Word. Never mind. Thought I caught a slip.
No, you still don't know who it was in your office.
You don't know who it was in your office.
I don't.
Do we remember anything about who it was in your office?
If Cleave, if you want to, you can go ahead and roll an insight check just to see if you can like glean anything as you've been on this boat.
Ooh, 17.
17. You remember of this mysterious figure who initially gave you this task, came in your office offering you a large amount of gold, some of it paid up front, some of it paid upon delivery at the Twilight Assembly, was wearing a like face-changing mask. You didn't really get any features, but you knew roughly the height and build of this person. You knew they had like kind of hairy arms. You were pretty sure it was masculine figure, but it was kind of tough to tell with the robes they were wearing. The height and kind of build of this person doesn't seem to match. Doesn't seem to match Sir Tiffany Fex. Doesn't seem to match Warwick Blitz. Doesn't seem to match either of the queens that you're thinking through. It doesn't seem to match anyone you have met. Yeah, I think that with the 17, that's probably all you get. You don't notice. There definitely weren't any like distinguishing markings. This person kind of like went out of their way to be nondescript. You only know that you are going to meet them at the Twilight Assembly for your final payment. You had asked where you should meet them, and they said they would find you.
Perfect.
But it doesn't seem to be, based on your kind of impressions of people and what you know about this person, limited though it may be, it doesn't appear to be anyone that you've met.
Okay, cool.
You do remember, however, in this moment that when you were offered this kind of like position of assistance by Warwick Blitz and Sir Tiffany Fex, both of them offered you the job, and Tiffany, though she concealed it, seemed to be upset or wary to have you involved.
It's because she knows when she's messing with the Beefchief, she's gonna get the meat. Oh, that also sounded terrible. I wanted to know. I don't like that
Ansel
at
comes
all.
back over and is like,
No, Ansel likes it.
Ansel comes over, pulls out the like slim tome that he gave you, gives you this beefy book, just kind of hands it to you, goes, pats you on the back, goes, much better.
I'll take it. And to Ansel, I clarify it. If they specifically request the beef, if they want the beef. I just, it sounded, fuck.
Yeah, it didn't sound good, but I knew what you were going for. Yeah, it's bad. But
Right.
you guys see Annabelle Tor, Camille McQuick both kind of like embracing, kind of looking each other over. Camille McQuick very much got out of this pretty unscathed. Annabelle's still looking very rough. She's kind of like limping. Clearly has a broken bone, a broken rib, or some kind of like contusions on her side. Both Warwick and Sir Tiffany look pretty bad. Sir Tiffany has like healed herself a bit. Warwick has also done the same a bit. You see his hands glow as he touches his chest, and you see it's like warm light radiates throughout him, and he seems significantly healed from his own pool of healing.
I wonder if Camille has seen Annabelle naked. I mean, not to be a pervert, but like, you would think if Annabelle has a Kraken tattoo, Camille would know.
You know that from your investigations of their rooms, they definitely slept in the same bed. Or at least Annabelle didn't sleep in hers, and Camille. So you were pretty sure that they slept together. You don't know what that entailed.
Yeah.
You could.
No one knows. No one knows what lesbian sex
entails. Find a way
entails.
to ask. Yeah, you're absolutely welcome to try to figure out a polite way of asking two queens whether or not they've seen each other naked. I don't know how you'll do that, but I am interested to find out.
I'm going to go ahead and remove Cleave from this situation entirely. The track record has been so bad today.
Cleave just holds the book and slowly backs up. you just see Ansel kind of comes up to you and goes, hey, why don't we pull you back? Yeah, we'll just pull you back for this one.
You got to know when to hold them, know when to fold them.
He kind of like waits for a second and goes, no, that one was good. That one was good. Go.
I feel like our best bet is to talk to Mr. Warwick. Is that his name?
Warwick Blitz? Yeah.
Yeah, Mr. Dion Warwick Blitz.
You see
Warwick
him. He
Davis
is, his grizzled gray beard. He's got his like big ass axe that he still has. Also in kind of like pretty heavy plate mail armor. He is actually like looking around the room, kind of scanning things. You see him at the ready. He's clearly thinking about like, how do we move? How do we protect the queens? He's kind of like looking at this as like a quick stopgate of like rest and recuperation. And then you already see his mind churning of like, where do we go next? What do we do next?
Okay, can I little sidebar with my homies, including Cleave, uncanceled? Cleave, can you keep on being your natural self and making Annabelle think you're trying to like assault her basically, while Karis and I get Warwick alone? We just need you to keep Sir Tiffany Fex distracted.
Yeah, that works for me.
Cleave, what do you do to keep Sir Tiffany Fex distracted?
Let's see. I go, hey, Fex, come over here.
Go ahead and roll a That persuasion check, I guess.
Triple advantage.
Oh my god.
Oh no.
Let's see. Well, fuck. I got a 5.
She interposes herself between you and Annabelle Tor, so she does come closer, but she kind of like puts out her hand and goes like, "So I understand you're probably just trying to do what we asked you to do. You need to back the fuck off right now. Like that's what needs to happen." So she's definitely like coming close to you, but you do have her full attention.
I do.
Even with a failure, she is very much focused on you.
My if I can change my strategy a bit, my 2 highest skills are intimidation, enticing, and deception. So, am I able to, if I change my strategy up, try to find a way to either intimidate her or deceive her?
Yeah, I'll definitely let you do that. I'll say right now you have her attention. If you're able to succeed on either a like deception or intimidation check, you will be able to grant Meadhbh advantage on like getting Warwick away.
Shit. Okay. I am going to go Vex, and then I'm gonna mouth, like enunciate as much as I can. I'm gonna mouth at her. There's a bomb on the boat.
So you're not saying it. You're just going. I can't do this over. This is an audio medium. You're just mouthing the words, but not actually. No sound is coming out.
And I'm like mouthing them really hard, but I'm mouthing it so as to suggest to her, I want your attention for some reason.
Okay, go ahead and roll a deception check.
Fuck yeah.
I'll say DC 15. If you beat the DC, you can grant Meadhbh advantage on her checks with Warwick.
Oh, hell yeah. Oh my god. I rolled a 9.
9. You see Certificate Effects kind of like putting herself between you and Annabelle. She kind of like looks. You see her squint her eyes. Goes, What are you trying to say? Somber? Why are you somber? What? Just say sad. What are you doing? She is distracted, but you won't be able to grant advantage. So you continue this like miming display, and you're kind of like trying to hold her attention in this moment. Meadhbh, what do you do?
Okay, so me and Karis go over and kind of whisper to Warwick that we need to. Basically, what I said to Tiffany, I need to talk to you about something in secret, please, over here behind the porn books.
Go ahead and roll a persuasion check, because you're trying to like pull him away from. I assume you don't want Camille to come.
Yeah, Camille can stay.
Okay, so I'll say DC 15 persuasion check to get him to like move away from his ward.
Please. Oh, glob, dang it. I got an 8, but can Karis roll one as well because she's involved?
If Karis, you can either roll yourself or you can grant Meadhbh the help action to let her roll with advantage, since you guys are working together.
I'll give her help. That's the first time I've been able to give help.
Oh, that's so nice.
I feel. So I just, yeah.
So
Okay,
maybe
you go,
roll
girl.
again.
Here I go. I'm rolling a die for persuasion. And I got a 15!
You start to go in to Warwick, kind of whisper to him. He kind of pushes you aside, but as he sees Karis also kind of like pull you in, he sees like 2 of the 3 people. He looks over at Cleave and sees him like kind of doing this thing, and he doesn't know what's going on, but he realizes that you guys must have something that he needs to know. And he goes, oh, all right, yeah, Camille, just stay near Tiffany, please. And he walks off to you towards the porn section.
Nice.
He looks at you and goes, what? Have you discovered something for us? Do you know a way out of here? Anything, really. What's up?
Okay. We don't have a lot of time. I might be making a huge mistake if you're one of those drowned crazies.
Go ahead and roll an insight check as you say that.
Oh, yeah. Okay. As
it's coming out of your mouth.
Yeah. I'm like, how can I make this an animal handling check? Okay. Oh, great. All right. I got a 19.
Heck yeah.
You see his eyes squint hard in this like moment of fury. He instinctively like moves forward to strike you and holds himself back like as he hears your next couple words come out. You know that he feels this as a massive slight against him.
All right.
Aggro.
Okay, good. Act natural. Don't. You have to promise before I tell you that you're not going to kill anyone right immediately.
I can't promise that.
Okay, fine. Sir Tiffany Fex is one of the drowned, and we think Annabelle Tor might also be, or at least know about it.
Go ahead and roll me a persuasion check.
Oh, yeah.
You are not presenting any evidence, so it's just going to be a straight check.
Okay. Can I be like, we saw the tattoo, give some evidence? Or should I just roll first?
I think because it's still like a hearsay type thing, I think it's just going to be a straight roll.
Okay. 15.
You see his eyes, like the anger that was in there when you mentioned him as possibly being one of the drowned, kind of evaporates. You see a flurry of emotions go through his eyes. It goes from fury to anger to confusion to like disbelief, and then you see like glimmers of him thinking, no, wait, that makes sense. And finally you see him kind of like bits of clockwork go in his head as he kind of like pieces together things on his own that like maybe could make this statement true. You see his hand resting on his axe just tightens, and you hear the of like leather on metal as his grip just gets harder, and he goes, I'm acting as natural as I can right now. I am going to roll a perception check for Sir Tiffany Fex, DC 20, because she is occupied, but he is acting a little strange. She has a +8 to perception.
Oh, jeez, Louise.
Oh my god.
She rolled a natural 16. You see, as he's doing this, you see him just like, his body gets very stiff. Cleave, you look, and Sir Tiffany Fex is kind of like interposing herself between you and Annabelle, and then momentarily her eyes doing that thing that criminals do, that you've seen Karis do, that you've seen other people do, glances around the room for exits in just like kind of this routine way. Her eyes alight momentarily on Warwick Blitz and Meadhbh and Karis. Her eyes stay there for just a moment, take it in, and then flick back to you.
Oh, shit.
Do I basically know what's going on, right? Do I need a roll a perception check to be hip to it, or do I know what's going on here?
I would say you know that they're over there trying to like... Yeah, I think you are hip to what's going on here.
Well, then Cleave goes, well, now you get the meat. And I draw my pistol and I shoot at Tiffany Fex.
Damn!
Oh, hot damn.
Yes!
Go ahead and what we're going to do here, we're going to go ahead and roll a dexterity contest between you and Tiffany Fex to see who can get the draw first. So go ahead and roll an initiative roll.
Oh,
just got to
I
beat a
love
5.
this. I got a 7.
You get a surprise round on Sir Tiffany Fex. Go ahead and roll an attack.
All right.
As you pull out your gun, almost in like slow motion, you pull out your gun. She sees your motion happening. You see her begin to look around. Her axe had been dropped off. Her weapon had been dropped by Meadhbh as you were like trying to swim deeper. She begins to motion around herself, and you see her hands begin to glow in response.
Oh, motherfuckers. So 16 to hit?
16 hits. Go ahead and roll
thank God.
Some damage.
Oh, wow. Great. 2 damage on that.
2 damage. Hey, hit's a hit. You quick draw fire. It ping hits off her armor, kind of like buries itself in. You see her shoulder fly back as the bullet and the concussive force of it blasts her backwards. She begins to spin back around towards you. Is there anything else you want to do? You still have your bonus action and your movement.
Would this count as an attack of opportunity?
This would not be an attack of opportunity.
Okay, damn. In that case, I'm gonna use...
As a rogue, you could definitely use your bonus action to like hide or something.
Yeah, I'm gonna hide.
You could dash, disengage, run away.
I'm hiding for sure.
You immediately, because you were already like 10, 15 feet away as she was like, interposing herself between you and Annabelle. You run, dive behind a pile of books. Go ahead and roll me a stealth check.
Ooh, yeah, that's pretty good. That's pretty good. 18.
18. Hell yeah, I'm going to roll a perception check for her. Okay. You dive behind a pile of books. Everyone can, you know what? He just fired a gun. You guys immediately look over as you hear rings out in the hall. Though this is a large room, a gun firing in any room is a massive sound. Immediately, Warwick's head whips over as he pulls his axe at the ready. You see Annabelle Tor looks over. Immediately, her eyes go wide as you fire at her Queen's Guard. You see Camille McQuick pull Annabelle behind her as she begins to draw her own crossbow.
No.
Beginning to point it towards you. You see Sir Tiffany Fex in this moment looks around. She's going to make I'm going to have her make a wisdom check. You pull your gun, fire at Sir Tiffany Fex. Sir Tiffany Fex looks at you, her hands already glowing. You see on her chest is the symbol of Aeon the Bright, kind of like the lawful good god. It's basically like the sun god. And you know that his magic is usually this kind of like bright white and bright yellows. You see her hands glow with this sickly, dark, purple energy. As she looks at you menacingly, looks around, kind of like begins to look at her options. She sees Sir Warwick Blitz gripping hard on his axe, beginning to take an offensive stance, his eyes no longer trying to conceal any fury. In this surprise at this moment, she sees Karis and Meadhbh looking over at her as she decides what to do in this moment. You see a flick of her begin to move towards you to make some kind of offensive casting, and instead
I say, drowned person says what? Really fast. And she says
she looks
what?
at,
And then the scene gets out.
Damn it! She looks at Cleave. Her hands go purple, and she casts a spell, and immediately you see 3 mirror images of her appear immediately adjacent to her. You see almost like a funhouse mirror effect as 3 of her appear. 3 additional ones appear. So 4 of her are moving like in time together, side by side. She looks at you and goes, "What the fuck do you think you're doing?" And she begins to move backwards, taking up a defensive position behind a different pile of books, kind of out of your range. She grabs Annabelle Tor and pulls her back as well. "Your Majesty, get back! He's crazy!" Camille also follows along. I'm gonna need both Meadhbh and Karis to roll initiative for me.
18 plus 3 is 21.
17.
17, hell yeah.
I cannot believe I woke this woman up.
Karis, top of the order, you are up. You look out and you see Cleave has dove behind a set of books. Sir Tiffany Fex has grabbed Annabelle in like a defensive position, not necessarily like using her as a shield, but pulling her back, still trying to maintain the guise of being a protector, has pulled her back behind one of the shelves that Ansel was able to set up in a kind of defensive position. You see Camille is also beginning to move back with them, taking up a protective position to like protect Annabelle and Sir Tiffany. Warwick is next to you, hand on axe, still very much confused, but he seems ready to go with you on this, though that could change as he sees Camille moving back with Annabelle. His eyes are focused only on protecting her. What do you do in this moment? As the rest of the crowd around you begins to like, what's happening?
What check would I do that would kind of check into my skill at aiming? Because I would like to use my crossbow on Sir Tiffany Fex. But is Sir Tiffany Fex like, are there 4 of her now?
You see 4 copies of her. If you want, you can go ahead and roll me a perception check.
Okay. 11.
These duplicates look pretty solid. Like, you're not entirely sure. She seemed to cast some kind of magic. You're not sure if they are illusions, if they are pure duplicates, but they are acting like almost exactly in her movements. Like, they are pure mirror images of her and are kind of moving in time with her. So you definitely are able to, your aim is pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
You're unable to tell which of these duplicates is the real one.
I thought the real one was holding Annabelle.
They kind of like all pull back and are all kind of in a clump. The way the spell works, you fire, you can roll an attack, and there's a chance that you hit a duplicate instead of the real one.
Okay.
There is a chance that you hit the real person, but these are essentially like a protective spell to try to like confuse people a bit.
I'd like to try.
Go ahead and roll an attack.
Ah! What do I add to? I rolled a 15. Oh, yes, +5, so 20.
20 absolutely hits. Since she still has 3 duplicates active, I have to roll a 6 or higher on the 20-sided die for you to hit a duplicate.
Okay.
She rolled a 15. You fire into the certificate effects you were almost positive was the real one. Fires directly through her chest, and that illusory duplicate vanishes. You scored a direct hit, but that one is now gone. It's going to make this spell a little bit less effective now.
Oh, okay. Classic video game boss.
You still have your movement and your bonus action if you'd like to do anything else.
I would like to take a bonus action.
Hell yeah. What do you want to do?
And can I do like a similar thing to what I did when I was very successful at what I just did? Can I do that again?
You can't do another attack with your bonus action.
Oh,
What you could do is, as a rogue, you could hide, which could give you advantage on a later attack and possibly allow you to do sneak attack damage. You could do some additional movement. You could like run further, get closer, get further away, where you could position yourself like anywhere in the room.
Yeah, I don't want to move too much closer.
I'd say you're like 30, 40 feet away right now.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because you guys like moved with Sir Warwick Blitz a bit away from the action.
Okay, can I split the difference and try to get just like halfway?
Yeah, you're 20 feet away.
Yeah.
Yeah, sure. You get up there, kind of get up close, and begin to kind of reposition yourself for your next shot.
Gotcha.
Next up is Meadhbh. Meadhbh, what do you want to do?
Okay, so I have Bane, which I can aim at 3 people at once, but then they have to do a saving throw, so that won't do anything to the little
Bane,
Bankies, right?
you would just casting it on her. So Bane, like her duplicates wouldn't need to be baned as well. You could just cast it on her. You could also bane if you want to Annabelle Tor or Camille McQuick, since they're kind of back there with her at this moment. She would just have to make a save against Bane. The spell doesn't help her in any way against that.
Okay, cool. So if I do Bane, it definitely hits her and I don't have to like...
She still, I believe, she makes a save to try to beat it. But if she fails, then she is baned.
She gets... And then how bad is that for her?
Every attack roll that she does, she has a minus 1d4 to whatever she rolls.
Oh, that's interesting. Or I could just heat her fucking shoes.
Ooh, heat the shoes.
All right, can I heat metal, please? I want to heat parts of her that are not touching any of the queens.
Absolutely. Because she is wearing them, there's no save she can make. You're casting as a second level spell. It's go ahead and roll 2d8 fire damage.
Okay,
as
great.
you look around, you look at the metal like boots on her feet and begin to heat them red hot.
Okay, but I don't want to hurt her too bad. I don't want to kill her, you know what I mean? Okay.
I'm gonna say you will not be able to control. Don't get me wrong. Like if she goes to 0 hit points, she gets knocked unconscious, and you can like stabilize her. But with this spell, you're not gonna be able to control the level of pain you induce here.
This was my own fault for waking her up. Okay. Just wanted that on the public record. Okay, so 2d8 and I add them together.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, cool. Okay, 6.
You see her look down as the like bright, shiny silver armor with the gleaming yellow sigil of Aeon the Bright on her chest. The boots of which are this like beautiful brushed, polished, like silver metal, begin to glow red and white hot as she screams, "Ah! Ah!" She lets go of Annabelle Tor and begins to quickly attempt to remove these boots from her feet.
And I whisper to Cleave, wait, do I know where Cleave is? I say, Cleave, you should say liar, liar, boots on fire. I'm not going to say it, but you should.
From behind a random bookcase, you just hear, "Ha!" Nice.
Maeve, anything else you want to do on your turn?
Yeah, what can I do? I have a bonus action.
You have your bonus action. As a bard, you could give your bardic inspiration to someone, if you would like.
Who's next in the lineup?
Cleave hasn't gone yet. You don't know if he's necessarily next.
Okay. And Mr. Warwick, although I suppose he doesn't need inspiration. He's already hopping mad. Okay. Cleave, I'm sorry that I put you in this situation. I just want to say, throughout everything that we've been through together, you've really impressed me, and I know that you are going to knock this out of the park. Wherever you are. Don't respond so they don't know.
Cleave, you can go ahead and take a D6 inspiration die.
Oh my god.
You can add this to any attack roll, ability check, or I believe saving throw.
Hell yes.
Saving throw might be wrong. I have to check.
I rolled a 6.
You can just roll it whenever you make a roll.
Oh, wow. Oh, well, the first one I rolled is a 6.
Next up in the order is indeed Warwick. Warwick pulls out his axe, has it at the ready, begins to kind of like run towards the group. You see Camille McQuick look at him and go, "Warwick, quick to me, help, help. There's a man, he's trying to shoot." Warwick is going to be conflicted here. I'm going to have Camille roll a persuasion check for Warwick. She would normally get advantage. She's just going to have a straight roll because he kind of suspects she's in danger. But he has been issued a direct command from his queen. It's going to be a DC 12.
Boo.
That is a natural 16. Sir Warwick looks at her and almost on instinct turns around on axis and begins to run towards Cleave's hiding space. He bounds over top. He's going to try to roll a perception check to see where Cleave's hiding. Cleave, I believe you rolled an 18.
Wait.
Yeah, he rolls a natural 19. He bounds over top of the bookshelves, sees Cleave, and he's going to try to grapple you.
No!
He grabs onto you. Go ahead and roll a contested strength throw. So go ahead and roll a strength check. You got to you need to beat a 16.
And is this is a saving throw, basically?
No, so this will be an strength check.
Oh, gotcha, okay.
So it's just a regular check.
And does the 6 from the inspiration apply to this?
You would just roll that die now that you're like rolling the check.
Gotcha.
If you want. You don't have to use it right away.
Okay, so, yeah, I think I'm going to need it. So I rolled a 12, and now, with the inspiration die, 15.
He rolled a 16.
Wait, that's not enough, is it? God damn it.
You did this last week, too.
This is the second time I'm being exposed for my poor math.
He jumps on top of you, grapples your arms together so they're pinned to your side, and is grabbing you tight. He pulls you close and like whispers in your ear, goes, "Friend, we'll figure this out, but you can't go shooting at people. We'll figure this out a better way."
I'll shoot who I want.
I've got him. It's fine. Everyone just calm down. You see him trying to defuse the situation in a way that both protects the queen and obeys her orders in this moment. But he's very much conflicted in this moment. It is Annabelle's turn. Annabelle, on her turn, is going to put her body directly in front of Camille. Annabelle is back behind Sir Tiffany Fex. Annabelle reaches down beneath this like sides of her boots, pulls out 2 throwing daggers, and is going to ready an action should she see anybody. But she's holding still behind Sir Tiffany Fex and Camille McQuick. Cleave, it is your turn.
So being grappled, I can't really attack, right?
So you could still attack and things. You just can't move. So currently you are behind, like, so you're like hidden behind these books. These books, so you don't really have a good vantage point at the moment. You can definitely attack Sir Warwick, but to get to anyone else, because you've hidden yourself somewhere, you would have to move to get out of that area.
Damn. Can I ask Warwick, how far can you throw me?
Go ahead and roll a persuasion check. DC.
Oh.
Ooh, man, this is a tough one. DC 16.
Got a +3. Let's see what I hit. Oh, no, that's not enough. Rolled a 12.
He grips you tighter and just goes, "Friend, I'm trying to help you. Just calm down. We'll figure this out."
All right. I mean, can I try to hit him and get him off me? Can I like throw my head back and try to knock into his chin or something?
Yeah, totally. Go ahead and roll and attack.
What would the bonus be on something like this? Just my standard +4 as like an unarmed strike or something?
You can definitely do, unarmed strike would just be your strength modifier. If you want to shoot, you have your gun in your hand. You could certainly like shoot him. But you tell me.
No.
I don't want to hurt him. Yeah, this is gonna be a failure with the strength modifier. It's just a 10. That doesn't hit, does it?
You smash your head backwards and hit directly into the like bottom of his helmet that he had put on. You just feel your head ringing in a bit of pain as you smash back into the metal. He just kind of like grips you tighter and kind of like is wrestling you onto the ground. "Friend, just calm down. I thought I was the one that was going to be unreasonable. Come on, man."
Well, you thought wrong, buddy. I can't like disengage from him, can I?
No, because he has you grappled. You wouldn't be
Man,
able
I
to.
hate being grappled. Can't do any of the fun stuff.
You can't do any of the fun stuff. You still have your bonus action. There's not much you can do with it. I guess actually, there's nothing that says you can't hide. So you could at least maneuver yourself to be hidden from view from other people if you wanted to.
If there's ever a chance to invoke the Airbud law of nothing in the rules says I can't do it, I invoke the law.
Hell yeah. Go ahead and roll a stealth check for me.
I'm gonna hide so deep in this man's arms.
Ew.
That's beautiful.
That's a 15.
15. You, as he's grabbing onto you, you see the opportunity to kind of use this to your advantage. You realize that he is effectively, with his armor plate and his just massive bulk, is the best kind of meat shield you could ask for. You spin yourself around so you position him, interposing, I've really used the word interposing a lot today, between yourself and the threat of Sir Tiffany Fex, kind of 30 feet behind you. Sir Tiffany Fex is going to...
She's barefoot now, right?
Oh, right, she's still got her armor shit on. Let's go of Annabelle. She reaches down, takes off her boots because they're on fire. Wow, I think that wastes her action. So she only has a bonus action. No!
Ha!
She looks down, pulls off her flaming hot boots, chucks them over towards Meadhbh, just in a moment of reaction. And she also, her hands glow purple again. She presses them against herself, and she casts Sanctuary on herself. Another defensive spell, prepping for more attacks. This is another spell that's going to make it harder for you guys to hit her. And she begins to slowly move backwards, kind of hiding herself behind these bookshelves even more and pulling back Annabelle Tor with her under the guise of, Your Majesty, come on, back up. We need to get you away from this. But still keeping Annabelle Tor in front of her rather than behind her. Camille also, at the same time, crossbow drawn, pointing it towards where Sir Warwick Blitz is holding Cleave, and is backing up with them as well in a protective formation around Annabelle. They're beginning to move towards the exit.
Oh no.
Karis, you are up. What do you want to do?
I would like to use my magic missile spell and direct it at Sir Tiffany Fex.
I need you...
Is that...
Yeah, you can absolutely do that.
Cool, with my
I need
pals.
you to make a wisdom saving throw.
Okay.
DC 15. You gotta be a 15.
13.
You reach back, pull these magic missiles. You see these like 3 dots of light kind of fly up towards you. You begin to throw them towards where Sir Tiffany Fex is. However, the sanctuary spell around her kind of blinds you for a moment and begins to deflect them away. You can either choose a new target for those missiles, or they just fizzle and you lose the attack. Is there any other target you'd like to use?
Very quickly. So, Annabelle is in the back and she's being surrounded by Camille, Sir Tiffany Fex.
Yeah, Annabelle is kind of like has Camille in front of her essentially, and Sir Tiffany Fex behind her, and they're kind of like moving backwards as a unit.
I can't tell if I want to get if they're protecting Annabelle for a reason that's important
You can roll it
to me.
You can roll an insight check if you'd like.
Yeah, I'd like to do that. 10.
You scan them over. You don't immediately see both of their arms are kind of covered. You don't see any kind of tattoo that would give you that immediate information. As you see them moving back, you do know that Tiffany Fex is pulling Annabelle back. You think that knowing what you know about Tiffany Fex, that she has the tattoo of the drowned, you think that she's using Annabelle like as a guide. She's trying to maintain her cover essentially. You don't know if Annabelle is involved, nor do you know if Camille is, like, you're not sure if Camille is protecting the woman she loves, or if it is or if like she is also in on the play. But you know that they are moving together as a unit in this moment. But you're not sure if that's because they have all the information, or decidedly because they don't have all the information.
Do I just take a chance and aim it at Camille? I mean, no. No.
You tell me.
No.
What's behind them?
Behind them is there's still like a few people kind of like of the crowd, because this room was filled with like 30 or 40 people. Everyone's kind of like watching this happen, moving behind different areas. There's a few people who are kind of like trying to get out of the way. They're moving towards the door. They've got to kind of like maneuver through a couple piles of overturned books and things, but they're probably 40 feet from the door.
I don't know if this is work, but if I were to just aim it at the ceiling, would that get everyone's attention? Or is everyone just kind of panicked running around right now?
If you want to change this from an attack spell to like an intimidation effect or like a persuasion effect, you can absolutely try to do that.
I absolutely could. Okay.
What are you trying to do? Are you trying to like are you trying to like calm the emotion of the room? Are you trying to intimidate people? What are you trying to do in this moment? What's your intention?
I feel like Karis's knee-jerk would be intimidation. What would be the other check I would run? Persuasion?
I mean, you tell me. You can kind of spin this however you... If you can convince me how you want to spin it, I'll let you roll the check. Persuasion or intimidation, I'll definitely let you do.
I think in my gut, it's persuasion, because what I want to do... I keep thinking back to when you said about, the champions of Titans or, what have you, and how it's always a group of people that defeat them. Mm-hmm. It's never like one person. Mm-hmm. I believe you said something like that. I don't know. I keep thinking about that, whether it's significant or not. So I so deeply want other people to understand what's going on, because we can only do so much, the three of us. And I look at all of these people, and knowing that their queen, or their new queen in this like new partnership, is actually putting the people on the boat in terrible danger, and that these people who are you should be able to trust, and who are introducing the dawn of a new day, that they're the ones who are almost definitely responsible in some way for what's happening right now. I would like to be able to persuade the people of that. Sorry, that was very patent.
You spin these 3 lights around your head. As you go to fire them towards Sir Tiffany Fex, the Sanctuary spell glances them off. You redirect them as your hands swoop up to the ceiling. They shatter on the linoleum floor, now the ceiling above you, as bits rain down around you. Karis's voice rings out in this moment. What do you say to the people whose attention you now have?
Oh, God. Now that I have it, oh my God. Sweat and bullets.
I say you start off with a good old-fashioned yee howdy.
Howdy. I say, okay. Passengers, husbands, children, wives, lovers, friends. I beg of you, stop, please, for a moment and listen to my words. I know that we are all in the midst of the nightmare of our lives, perhaps the end of our lives. But before we reach that end, I beg you listen and know that those who offer you the greatest sense of opportunity in the world and who claim to want to lead you into a beautiful tomorrow are actually the ones who have orchestrated a ship that was designed to sink and brought about destruction to its populace on this boat. So please know and make your decision accordingly whether you will stand with us and fight against these oppressors, or if you will simply lose your minds in madness and die not knowing the truth of your demise.
Go ahead and roll me a persuasion check with advantage. DC 15.
18.
You look as the room grows quiet for a moment as this explosion happens above you, and linoleum and these shimmers of brick and metal rain down around you, kind of crowning you in this like almost snowfall as people look towards you. Your voice rings out over the crowd, and the 40, 50 people who were quickly moving out of the way of this madness harden almost as a group. You see the 10, 15 people who are moving towards the door to escape themselves instead look towards you, hear your words, and act without thinking and bar the door.
Yes!
Wow.
You see Sir Warwick kind of look up. His grip loosens on Cleave. Yes. And you see the eyes of Sir Tiffany Fex as she begins to look around. You guys all kind of in this moment see the look that Cleave had caught earlier in this encounter of her beginning to look around like a caged animal for some kind of other exit from this room. I'm going to go ahead and have Camille and Annabelle both roll some insight checks in this moment. Yes. Camille will make a straight check. Annabelle will make it with disadvantage because she has more trust. So first for Camille, I'm going to say DC. Actually, you know what? I'm going to roll a deception check for Sir Tiffany Fex, and they'll have to beat that. She gets a +8 to deception. Oh my god.
No.
She rolled a natural 1.
Yes!
With that, I'm not even going to make them roll. You see her, Sir Tiffany Fex pulls back, looks around, panic, and as she does, the glove slips off of her hand, exposing the tentacle tattoo around her arm. Camille looks back, sees the tentacle tattoo, grabs Annabelle and pulls her back, leveling her crossbow at Sir Tiffany Fex's chest. Annabelle looks around at Camille. Camille, what are you doing? Her eyes look towards Sir Tiffany Fex as Sir Tiffany Fex grabs down to try to grab the glaive and hide the mark before Annabelle is able to see, unable to do so. Annabelle's eyes go wide for a moment with understanding. You? But, damn it! She pulls back her knives and goes to throw them. That was Karis's turn. Maeve.
Damn. Okay, first of all, may I please roll a like perception check or investigation check to see if I believe that Annabelle is actually shocked or not?
You can roll an insight check.
Okay, cool. Not perception. Can I do perception, please?
No.
Fuck.
I'm
Gosh
just
dang.
gonna. I'm gonna say in this moment of heightened emotions,
Yeah.
that'll be a DC 12,
Okay.
DC 10, DC 10.
Okay, cool. 18.
You see true surprise and fury in Annabelle's eyes.
Okay, cool.
She was
okay.
unaware of this deception.
Okay, cool. Okay. Okay, but we still do think something was up when the lady doth protest too much about like the Kraken, right? Like we still think something's weird with this lady.
Oh, I don't want to throw you off too much. Since Cleave rolled a natural 1, I gave him the exact bad information.
Okay, great. Okay, cool.
So
All right,
because he was so inept, he got the wrong idea.
Yeah.
So I don't want
Okay,
you to.
great.
I don't want to throw you off what the real scent is.
Okay, great. Okay, so okay. I mean, there's not much I can do to this lady. Like, what is her hit points right now? Do we know? How's she looking?
She's looking very messed up. You see, she's been casting protective magic on herself, essentially to hold her off as best she can as she tries to maintain this guise. In this moment, she realizes that guise has been blown entirely. You see her eyes looking around for exits, her hands glowing with that sickly purple magic. Go ahead and roll me a Arcana check in this moment, actually.
Okay, great. 18.
You see her hands glowing. What before had been this like small light glow is a much more powerful glow now. You know that she is thinking of escape and she is planning on using magic to do this. You don't know how successful or how powerful she can be. You guys likely don't have much time to stop her. She is now in a flight mode.
Okay. So I guess I gotta stab her with my dagger if I want to do the most immediate harm to her. Can I please stab her?
May I please stab
May
her?
I please stab her?
You may. Do you want to run up and like physically stab her, or do you want to throw the dagger?
Well, whatever is more hurtful.
They're the same damage. It just
One puts me closer.
one will put you closer.
I will throw the dagger, please.
Okay, go ahead and roll an attack with your dagger.
Okay, great.
Or actually, you know what? Sorry, she still has the sanctuary spell. Can you please roll a wisdom saving throw, DC 15?
Okay. Oh, I rolled a natural 20.
Hell yeah. You look at this this glowing aura around her of this sanctuary spell, and immediately your mind goes clear and you see it almost vanish around you. For your purposes, it does not exist. I'm gonna say with a natural 20, yeah, cause fuck it. You look at her with a natural 20, and the two remaining illusory duplicates, for a moment of panic in Tiffany Fax's eyes, they flicker, revealing where her true self is. You will not have the imposed disadvantages of the mirror image spell as you go to attack her. Go ahead and roll a d20.
A 17.
17, natural 17 absolutely hits. You pull back your dagger, fly it through the air. It flies directly through one of the empty shelves that she was hiding behind and blasts her directly in the neck. Go ahead and roll some damage. I'm going to go ahead and tell you she has 5 hit points remaining.
Okay.
You're rolling a d4 plus what?
I think plus 2.
So you need to roll a 3 or
my
higher
God.
to knock her out.
Okay. Please. I mean, I kind of want her to be barely alive so I can ask her questions. Oh, god damn it. I rolled a 1.
Still 3 points of damage. You bury this knife directly into her neck, and she goes, "Oh fuck!" This area that you had exposed when you were removing bits of her armor to make her lighter. She instinctively moved to protect herself, but wasn't anticipating this open area. Knife buries itself in, kind of like cutting off her voice for a second as her mouth fills with blood.
Ew. Okay, and then I yell, "Don't take it out. It's blocking the wound. If you take it out, you'll die."
Go ahead and roll a persuasion check for me.
Oh my god. She's gonna think I'm
no.
reverse psychologying her and then she's gonna die. Okay, persuasion 12.
I'll say with the 12, in this moment, she sees the truth of the medical certainty you have told her, and initially goes to move it out and just like, you see her have to like push it back in a little bit. You still have your bonus action, your movement. Is there anything else you want to do? You could do Bardic Inspiration, you could do Healing Word.
I'm gonna Bardic Inspiration my friend Mr. Warwick, who I think is like on the level now. I'm gonna say, this entire time, you have been so professional from the start. You know, we've known that we could trust you, and dude, like, this is your time to shine. Save your queen from this sneaky snake.
He looks up, lets go of Cleave entirely, kind of looks and goes, you know, it's just really nice to be appreciated sometimes. And yet not a lot of people say that. Queen's Guard, you're supposed to put your life on the line, but no one really ever says thank you. So, you know what? I appreciate that. Thank you very much.
Yeah, of course.
And he takes a die of Bardic Inspiration. It is his turn. He looks over at Camille McQuick. He lets go of Cleave immediately and begins to book it over towards Camille. He is going to... He runs forward, grabs Camille, puts Camille behind him, looks over at Sir Tiffany Fex. You see bright, like radiant light, sky blue energy kind of emanates from him as he looks directly at Sir Tiffany Fex, and with a deep voice, you hear the spell bellow out of him, and he goes, drop! You see Sir Tiffany Fex looks at him as the spell begins to take hold. She's going to make her saving throw. She rolled a natural 19. As you see, his bellowing voice echoes out in this chamber as he tries to command her to drop to the ground, essentially giving herself up for a moment. She is able to, however, resist the spell as you see the purple energy kind of like almost forms an earmuff around her ear and buffets it out. That is all he's going to do. He's going to put the two queens behind him, taking them both on as his wards in this moment, and prepares an attack. Cleave. You find yourself hidden behind this pile of books. You see Warwick with the two queens behind him readying an attack. You see Tiffany Fex, magic glowing all around her, preparing to attempt some kind of escape. Knife still dug in her neck, blood running down her chest. Karis to your side, dust and debris still raining down around her in this snow-like effect. And as the passengers around you are beginning to barricade this room from any kind of physical exit or entry. Cleave, what do you do?
How far away from her am I?
I'd say like 30 feet.
So she's ostensibly within pistol range?
Oh, she's absolutely within pistol range.
Yeah, I'm gonna shoot at her.
Oh, sorry, and roll.
yeah.
You can roll with advantage because you are hidden.
Oh, great. Oh my god. I mean, the first roll already cleared me. Let's see here. Wow, yeah, still cleared. 19 to hit.
19. Oh, so you know what? You do need to. You are still under the effect of the mirror image spell, so I do need to. Actually, you're under the effects of both spells. Go ahead and roll a Wisdom saving throw for me, DC 15.
Oh boy, I got a lot of checks to clear.
You do have a lot of checks to clear that I forgot all of them.
Yeah, you said Wisdom saving throw?
Wisdom saving throw, DC 15.
Great, I'm rocking a -1. Let's see where this goes. Yup, 7.
You go to fire towards her, and the sanctuary spell forces your arm away. You could try to fire at something else, but there doesn't appear to be any other bad people in this area. So you're unable to fire at her with your gun. Is there anything else you want to try to do?
Is there like anything above her that I could fire at? That like something that was mounted to the floor?
Go ahead and roll an investigation check.
Ooh. Cleave loves investigating. Oh, but his rolls don't. I got an 11.
11. You look up quickly as your hand of its own accord begins to move away. Your eyes scan around the room looking for something you could maybe ricochet or fire down on. You look up, and on the floor where you look over at Karis and see stuff raining down from where she launched her magic missiles up into the air, and you see that large chunks of this floor appear to be like linoleum, and directly underneath is like a layer of concrete and metal. And as it rained down on Karis, there was like large chunks that fell out of the floor. And luckily it didn't hit anybody, but certainly could have. Your hand begins to move away. You look around, see the floor as you see it still raining down over Karis. You reposition your arm directly above her. Fire! I'm going to say the floor has 5 hit points.
Oh my god.
Go ahead and roll damage. Because you were hidden, you can roll sneak attack damage on the floor.
Yeah, I really got the drop on that fucking floor. Let's see here. Ooh. Hey, 9.
You... The shot rings out as ping! A large floor tile dislodges, falls directly down. You see Certiphany Effects looks up. Lands directly on her head, knocking her unconscious. She crumples to the ground, knife still in her neck, as Sir Warwick Blitz pulls the queens back. Sir Warwick Blitz pulls up his axe to make a killing blow. What do you guys do in this moment? Do you allow him to make the killing blow, or do you stop him?
Don't let him do it. I mean, I know that we woke her up with the idea that we would get some information out of her, and it really blew up in our faces, but I feel like she might be needed to figure out a way to end this whole Kraken thing.
Or she could.
You only have a moment to decide. You see him raising his axe. What do you do in this moment to stop him?
I mean, I'll shoot at him.
No, don't shoot at him.
I'll say, Karis, you were next in the initiative order.
Oh.
You are first to act in this moment as he begins to raise up his axe.
I need to. Okay. I'm gonna charge at him.
You run towards him, leap off your feet, attempting to tackle him. Go ahead and roll it's going to be a contested strength check. Got to beat he rolled a 4, an 8.
Gotta beat an 8. Oh no! 3.
You grab onto him. You've grabbed onto him, but you're essentially just like grabbing his waist. He's a full-size person, and you are much shorter than him. Your arms are barely wrapping around his waist, and he's just kind of like walking forward slowly. He looks down at you and goes, "This is none of your concern." As he walks forward, you don't necessarily have to stop him physically. You can like talk to him if you want, or cast any kind of spell if you'd like.
I can talk to him?
Yeah, if you want. You're literally holding onto his waist, being dragged by him.
All right, so he's walking and I'm kind of being dragged along. And I go, "Hey, buddy, while I got you here, I was just kind of wondering, like, what was your childhood like? Like, how'd you get here? Those kind of questions. I bet you don't get asked that a lot. But on the real, sorry I'm being so awkward. I just, to be honest, I expected to, like, take you down and kind of, like, have my moment. But
just walking very slowly at this point, like, are you done yet? Jesus.
So you didn't know about any of this? Like, any of it?
No, I clearly had no idea. I'm very much prepared to kill this woman.
I mean, not to add insult to injury, but, like, you were, like, with them all the time. Like, how could you not know?
Okay, I'm gonna kill this person.
No!
He grabs you, physically pulls you off and drops you. That's your attempt.
Oh.
Maeve, what do you want to do? You're the last. Just so you know, you're the last person in the order before it is his turn.
It's his turn to
Oh my god.
do the dealio. Okay. Yeah, I would like to be like Warwick. We might be able to use her to save all of our lives.
Not smart.
He is standing directly over, his axe kind of in his hand. This witch of Fathom doesn't deserve this good a death. Why should we keep her around?
We can, once we're all free and all saved, and we aren't all going to die on the ship, she can go on trial.
Go and roll a persuasion check for me.
Okay.
I'm going to say DC 16.
Okay, great. I sound like Aaron Sorkin right now. Like, believe in systems. Okay. Oh God, I got a 10 because I don't even believe myself what I'm saying.
The people make mistakes sometimes.
Oh.
That's so true, Warwick. God.
You rolled a Studio 60. You probably could have convinced him with a, what was the one with Jeff Daniels?
Newsroom.
Yeah, you probably could have convinced him with a newsroom.
The people make mistakes. My axe certainly doesn't. He
Well-
raises up his axe.
Can I do a mage hand?
Sure. What are you trying to do with your mage hand?
Slap the axe. Slap the axe out of his hand.
Sure. Go ahead. I'll certainly let you try.
Great.
Go ahead and roll I'll say an Arcana check to see like how well you can control this hand to like try to stop his axe.
Yeah. A dirty 20.
He looks at you, growls. The people sometimes make mistakes. This axe doesn't. He raises up the axe, swings it down. Your mage hand deflects it just enough that it lands hard in the floor just to the right of her head, literally chopping off some of her hair that was flying on the sides. You see him kind of go. Pulls it back up. He looks down at the symbol of Twilight the Patient on his chest. You see him, the prayer beads that are wrapped around his axe. He kind of you see him fingering them lightly and he goes. And he sheathes the axe on his back, keeping the prayer beads in his hand, pulling them around. You see him his mouth kind of muttering in this kind of rosary fashion, saying some kind of calming prayer to himself as he begins to move back, leaving her body on the ground.
And am I still wrapped around him being dragged around during all of this?
Yeah, this whole time you've just been holding on, an unwilling participant in this engagement.
Good.
Cleave walks up to the body and addresses Warwick and goes, "Wow, you didn't kill her. I'm surprised." And then gestures, "But she's floored."
And that's where we'll leave it for tonight. We knew Cleave would get a blackout line sooner or later, and that's it.
Yay! To be fair, I think a lot of listeners probably gave me a blackout line at Squid Hole.
Tune in next week to see what our heroes do next. Good night, everybody.
Bye.